survive and advance from here, a host of opportunities lie ahead. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see, the winners of 5 straight, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will get the first crack at it here. LSU really put it on the Rebels the last time these two clashed and took home all the flowers in the Magnolia Bowl.
LSU was so dominant in that game. Offensively, defensively, on special teams. It almost seemed like Ole Miss didn't even show up. So Ole Miss has got to play with more sense of urgency this time around.
Yeah, and talking to the Ole Miss guys and their staff, they're pretty upset about it. Like, this did not sit well with them. This rivalry game means something to them, and they're ready to come out here and get that taste out of their mouth and grab their flower.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Balls and fires complete. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. And the Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Wilcox. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. These two teams both coming on a run, playing their best football of the season and hoping to continue on and get into the top 25.
Yeah, it's nice, man, when you get that roll going. You start to create some momentum, create some belief. You know, listen, you're not ranked, but you're earning that respect throughout the season. Palmer, I think now at this point, they're probably going to climb into the rankings, and who knows what they can do.
I agree that both of these teams came in here with a lot of confidence, and they knew that they were going to have to play right down to the wire to pull out this W. And now, for them to win this game in this kind of environment, open up some eyes around the country, it's huge to continue to build that confidence.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be first and goal from the 7. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Rebels have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting a drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So LSU's offense will take the field for the first time. Handoff from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They feed him again. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Defense in press coverage. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Makes the grab, he's got a first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
To the air on 2nd down. Trying to pull his way in. Touchdown, Tiger! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Extra point here will tie the game. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Offense in a split backfield. They'll start this drive with a pass. Thanks to grab. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Working the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. So now it's 2nd and long. The give from the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Off play action. Pocket breaking down. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it right, but if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here, just be smart with the football.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Trying to get the corner. Nice move there. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Guys, you just say Magnolia Bowl, and it sounds elegant and pristine and reserved.
And Ole Miss and LSU, anything but. Charges hot malfeasance, downright cheating back in the old days just to get a leg up in this rivalry game.
It feels like they've been playing this game since the Louisiana Purchase and Napoleonic Law. They've been playing it forever down south in an area of the country where sometimes it just feels like it matters more. I can't wait to see what happens today.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Get it out on the screen. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
It's caught. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Looking to throw on first down. Fires on the move. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. To the air on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. He's got his man. Makes the grab. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And how about the defense here? Oftentimes in these 2-minute type situations, you're just sort of in this prevent mode. You're trying to force the opponent to take a field goal and not score a touchdown, but they're still being aggressive. They're out there still trying to make plays, and how about that effort creating the takeaway?
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Back to pass on 2nd down. Right on the money. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, we could be shaping up for one memorable finish in this Magnolia Bowl. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. Time to get back to the second half of a flowery but fierce rivalry, the conclusion of the Magnolia Bowl.
Rebels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
The Tigers in the hurry-up.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. He leaves it with his back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He might be afraid to kick it to him here after the first punt was taken back to the house. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call.
Kick interference. Kicking team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense in a bunch formation. Going to the running game. Picks up the first down. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Rushes on him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Now adjusting. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Wilcox. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Fires to the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit, and I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. This defense backed up, goal to go, and the crowd's giving them some juice. And there is nowhere to run. They were eager and ready for him this time around. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Using his feet to buy time. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. This crowd rising up, sensing that his defense needs some help. That's got it. Touchdown, Rebels! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting to see the ripple effects after this one in the SEC today, fellas. Oklahoma rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that produced 4 winners of the award between 2003 and 2018. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Makes the grab. It's Holland. Get to it. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. And the big gain, they've got it on the 46. And the Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. It's complete to the right. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Got out of trouble and throws. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They're going to ride this running back. Fighting off the defender. He's up to 94 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. And the Rebels with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He wants to change this route. They'll run the toss. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, and he's been dependable, hasn't he? He's been a guy that they've given the ball a lot. He's just been so productive, giving this offense an easy way to move the football down the field. 97 yards on the day.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Trying play action. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
The Rebels trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And I think QB's rushing, especially in the RPO game. You want to get that ball. Okay, I'm pulling it now. I got to throw it, strike it right now and get it on him. And you can tell, throws it to the left and doesn't get it to his wide receiver.
And the sack all the way back at the 5. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Good right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Wants to go up top on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got it. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the field.
Wants to fire on second down. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Turning it on. Touchdown, Tigers. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Catch in the middle. It's Yoder. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. LSU right back to the line.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. After that last completion, it's 2nd down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the...
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And this really puts it out of reach. I mean, it was already a tall order, and you had to be aggressive in this situation. But now, with this turnover, this one's all but over.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll take it on the return. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got his man quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Nice move there. Oh, another great move. And he's knocked down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Tigers come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. He'll keep it himself. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Good. Got to save every pressure and long.
Brings up second down.
Back to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
Fires left. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Ole Miss gets the daily dump. They win the Magnolia Bowl and beat LSU, and as always, they take victory in the tailgate. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.